Hey, party people, and welcome to this episode of But Are You Weird? A podcast dedicated to spending time talking with some creative, captivating, and downright cool people, diving into their world and ultimately asking, but are you weird? I'm Amanda, your host and resident weirdo, and I am so happy that you are here. And I'm happy to tell you who the guest is on this episode. It is Jordan. Yay, Jordan. Jordan's here. Hey, Jordan.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Thank you so much for having me on this podcast episode. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's we were just talking before we started recording, and you actually had me on your podcast.
Yes, I did.
Do you want to tell people about your podcast? What do you do on yours?
Sure. So my podcast is called the Overcoming Fears and Doubts podcast. It's available to stream on Apple Podcast and Spotify for Creators. And next year, I'm going to make it available on Amazon Podcasts. This podcast is a self-help podcast where I discuss why it's so important to want to overcome any fears and doubts about either yourself or something in your life, and how to overcome those fears and doubts by giving personal experiences of mine and tips and strategies that I've learned along the way. One of the reasons why I give those personal strategies and tools that I've learned and used is to resonate with listeners that relate to every episode topic. So it's self-help to help you become the best version of yourself possible and to overcome any barriers that may come into your way.
How long have you been doing your podcast for?
I started July of 2023, so it's been a little over 2 years.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I know you've written one book. Are you working on a second book?
Yes, I am. So I am going to be starting the publishing process come next month, and I plan on having my next self-help book published hopefully by the end of this year.
All right. Do you want to shout out your first book or tell the listeners what your first book is titled?
Yes, absolutely. So it's called The Everlasting Hunger for Improvement. I published it back in December of 2020, and it's a book about this concept that I follow that has really helped trace out paths that I take in my life and to become the best version of myself possible. I talk about what the hunger for improvement is, how to attain that hunger or desire for improvement, and how to maintain it. And I give personal experiences of stories of mine to show that it worked in my life and to resonate with readers. I also discuss ways to become the boss of your problems and to find out what you were meant to do in life, with the addition having readers understand why you need those setbacks in life to propel even more forwards and to attain what you want to attain. Why setbacks are actual setups for comebacks.
Ooh, setbacks are setups. I like that.
Thank you.
And what's the book? You said you're going to start working on publishing it next month. What is that book about?
So this one is called Dead Ends on a Direct Road. It's about something that literally changed my whole life around. And it's that when your dreams don't come true, it's a signal that you're destined for something greater in life.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
you're like a little Buddha.
Thanks. Yeah. This concept definitely changed my entire life around. And I use my story of my hockey career because that was really the catalyst for a lot of what I'm doing today to come about. And I also not only discuss that, but give tools and tips on how to navigate through overcoming and coming in contact with those dead ends, as I like to call them. Also, a way for you to not have to totally divert off the path of what you were originally trying to achieve.
Yeah, seems like it's speaking to me in my like CBT heart of like reframing things, and instead of seeing everything as gloom and doom, but really trying to find, what are the opportunities in some really difficult situations.
Yeah, absolutely. It's when those things happen, when your initial dreams, your goals don't come true, it's a blessing in disguise, because then you figure out what you were actually meant to do and what your actual niche is.
Oh, I love that. So you're a podcast host, you're an author, You mentioned hockey a little bit. I know a bit about you. We tend to laugh a lot, and we definitely have our memes that we adore. So I'm not even going to try to introduce you. Jordan, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, absolutely. So, hi, everybody. Thank you for listening to today's episode. My name is Jordan Salzano, and I am from Long Island, New York. I am currently a graduate occupational therapy student at Springfield College. And outside of school, I am a aspiring motivational speaker with a niche in disability and autism advocacy, a self-help content creator. I apologize if you hear my dog barking in the background. A self-help author, and an entrepreneur.
Well, now I actually get to tell you why you were invited on the show. Because, you know, in the intro, it says like cool, captivating, interesting. I actually don't remember what the intro says. But when I invite people to be on the show, it's because there's something about them that I'm just like, wow, I want to talk to this person. And so, Jordan, I invited you on the show for a lot of reasons, but the main reason being the work that you're doing for autism and advocating for autism. It was something that I didn't even know existed, the amount of conferences that you've presented at and the work that you've done on your podcast and publishing books. And it's just really impressive to think about how, I don't know, I really think a lot of people could be happy just being, you know, a grad student and having that be enough work. But you are on this sort of path, this journey to something bigger and spreading your message of opportunity and optimism. And I like that, setbacks to setups. I think that's really neat and inspiring. And there's a piece of me that's always been definitely an optimist and likes to see the sunny side of things. And so seeing you do that, but like it being all of you and it like radiates out from you, I was like, wow, Jordan's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So I invited you on because I'm really proud of the work that you're doing.
I know you can't see me, but I literally have the biggest smile on my face right now. Thank you so much for those kind-hearted words. It made being on this podcast and what you just said really just made my day. And I appreciate it so much. And you inspire me, and everything that we learn in OT school with autism and stuff. A lot of that I love to learn about. And when I do these conferences, I talk about some of that stuff. And I just think it's very interesting.
Yeah. And we've been sort of like, I feel like in the back of our brains, and maybe sometimes in the front of it, we've been scheming to try to figure out like, what could we present, the two of us? Like, where's our opportunity to share whatever really cool thing that we have here? Like, how can we share that with the world? I'm still thinking about ways to make that happen, by the way.
Yeah, no, me too. I would love to present with you. That would be amazing.
So how did you first get connected with, I guess, advocacy or with conferences, or like when in your life did you decide like, I want to share my perspective or I want to offer hope? Like, how did this even begin?
About, you mean the autism advocacy stuff?
I mean, if that's where it started, yes. But if you were an advocate for other things first, yeah. Like, how did you, because it's not very common, Jordan. I don't know very many other people who have like committed so much of their life and their energy into other people. And so like, when did this start?
Sure. Thank you for asking. So I've been into the concepts of advocacy, disability advocacy, and into even more of a niche, autism advocacy, because of my experience. I have autism myself. When I was 7 years old, I got diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's is no longer the name for the diagnosis, but it was back when I was diagnosed. So with that came a lot of hardships and remembering everything, even to this day, some things that I still go through. I want to bring awareness to it. I've had this disability and autism advocacy Instagram page for a few years now, where I post advocacy about, anti-bullying and awareness and just spreading kindness and stuff like that, trying to make the society more inclusive and more accessible for everybody with the content. But how I started the whole conference thing was back in February or March of 2024. I was in this class on this platform called Moxie Institute. You can hire a coach from Moxie Institute to help you with presentations, writing, whatever it might be. They're excellent. I learned about how to craft proposals. When you go online, you register or you try to submit a proposal to speak. And I did all that. And I was actually coached by somebody from Moxie who was helping me. And she gave me a couple of places or a couple of conferences for me to apply to. I did so. And I got accepted. Last year, I got accepted to 4 of them, but I was only able to attend 2.
Wow.
And that's kind of how the ball got rolling. And to help practice my speaking skills, because at the time I never really did any in-person stuff like that. That really started last year. I started attending this club called Toastmasters, and they're all over the world, I believe. And I attend one of the clubs that's in Connecticut, and they really helped me get more proficient and more professional in my speaking. So they also have been playing a huge role.
And what about your book writing stuff? Because you started, did you say in 2020 was the first book that you published? How did you decide, like, you know what? I think I'm going to write a book.
I actually remember exactly where I was when I started writing that book. So it was back in high school. I published it at 18 and a half years old. So I was 17. So I think I was a junior, somewhere around there. I went into the auditorium at my school, the auditorium, and that's where I started writing the book. And for a while, I've kind of been like, I want to write a book. I want to write some sort of self-help book. And by not only that aspiration from myself, but also watching other motivational speakers gave me that final spark to say, I'm going to do this right now. And thinking about how improvement in anything in life can open so many doors for everybody, no matter what you're improving in. Because if you're improving one thing, that might open a door to another thing, which might open a door to another thing. It's like a domino effect. So I thought about that, and I wanted to put it to writing and tell people my story. And in the introduction, I actually talk about a little bit about my Asperger's diagnosis and how my hunger to improve socially has led me to make strides in my social life.
Wow. I wonder how many other people have thought like, oh, I'd like to write a book. And then what percentage of people actually make that happen? Like, you made it happen. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks. I appreciate it. I cannot believe that was almost 5 years ago already. Let me tell you, this time is flying by.
Yes, it is. You're an autism advocate. You've written your books. What are some other important things in your life? What's it like being Jordan?
It's a lot. Put it that way. No, it's fun. I'll put it that way. It's very fun. I can laugh at literally everything. I have a bunch of memes on my phone, and sometimes my family will be like, what are you laughing at, Jordan? I'll show them and they won't laugh, and I just think it's hilarious. But so it's fun. I love to have fun. I love to have a good time. I love to laugh a lot. I have a lot of things that are very important to me, a lot of things. But one of the things that's very important to me is serving other people. And whether it could be the smallest thing. It could be smiling at somebody, holding a door for somebody, asking somebody if they want to sit down and chat, whatever it might be, because you never know the impact that you have on somebody. It doesn't matter what you do. Like I said, you smile at somebody, they could be having the worst day ever. And by you just acknowledging them and smiling at them can make their day 10 times better. And I just really think that serving others in our communities is self-rewarding, but also you're giving back to people, and you can form those relationships. And I just think that it's super important to have that will to want to serve others and to become an example for others to follow.
Yeah, that is definitely you. When you said like holding the door open, I think you said that. But
Yeah.
that's definitely something you would do, or asking someone if they want to sit down. I know you said that. Like you are very giving in that way. And so serving, and what you said too is important. Like certainly it feels good for you to do these things, but that's not the motivation. The motivation is being able
to see somebody else to see somebody else have a better day. You know, I've actually recently been taking on a few different volunteer opportunities back here on Long Island, and I'm going to try to also get one up in Enfield at a soup kitchen that I found that I want to start to volunteer at. And I just think that it has a domino effect, volunteering and being there for people. There's so much good that can come out of it. There really is a lot.
Yeah. I don't know if this is part related, but something that I really like when I think about serving others or giving back or doing the right thing, the thing that I love about it is the connection. Like I like connecting with people and being human together, because so often throughout the day, like we go through the motions, or we're getting this done and that done. Like we're in the grocery store, we're just picking up stuff and then we're going home to cook. But like, if you can take a second to like connect with somebody else for a moment, like that feels good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I love meeting new people. And this is a great way to form new relationships, to get to know people. And it does wonders for people. And I really do love seeing somebody smile or having a better day because of something that I don't know. I just love the two-way positivity.
Yeah,
I love
it's something so small that can make such a big difference. And I'm not looking to toot my own horn here, but just the idea of like giving back. One thing I have started doing I started doing it last year. I bought $100 worth of $5 Starbucks gift cards. And I bought these super cute little teeny tiny cards off of Amazon and little envelopes to put them in. And when I see people in the community that are helpful to me or seem like they could use a little lift up for whatever reason, I'll just give them one of those little gift cards. They have no clue what's in it. It's just in a little brown envelope with a smiley face on it.
I love that.
So the idea came from, I remember taking Maria to gymnastics, and there was a mom there. And I think other people can relate to the experience without being a mom, just like feeling overwhelmed. So there was a mom there who had 2 kids. One kid didn't want to do the gymnastics. The other kid was, I don't know, fighting about some sort of snack that they wanted. And all of these parents are watching this mom essentially have these 2 kids are having a meltdown, and she's trying to manage it. And I remember just thinking like, man, that mom just needs somebody to tell her that she's doing a great job, right? Like life is so hard. There are so many things that can happen. And like you're saying, like we don't know what people are going through, and we don't know how much like of an impact we can make. And so in that moment, I thought I would love to be able to give her something so that like she feels seen and feels appreciated. And so that's where the idea for my little Starbucks gift cards come from. That's my little tangent, but it relates to the idea of, you know, doing something kind and serving others and, I don't know, being with and appreciating and recognizing like the human experience.
Amanda, that's truly amazing, because a lot of people, if they saw that, they would probably turn a blind eye or be like, oh, you know, people could just be so judgy sometimes. And I just think that the way that you took that and you changed the narrative, you changed the perspective of saying she needs to know that she's, you know, that she's doing great. I love that. And what you said earlier, that you're an optimist, you definitely are. And that's such a positive way to look at it. And it branched off into you doing something that is so thoughtful and so kind. And I didn't even know that I know you love Starbucks, but I didn't even know that you did this gift card thing. And I just think it's wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to make it about me, but
no, it's okay. Like,
just the idea of like,
stuff.
And of course, like having the resources to buy gift cards is one thing, but what you're doing and what anyone in this world can do can have a huge impact. Just saying hi to someone. I mean, think about, I don't know if you've been in dark places, but we talked about it on a recent podcast. Like we have dark days, and how much of a difference could a little bit of kindness make in somebody's life? And you, Jordan, are living it.
Absolutely. I've been there. I've been on the receiving end where I've been having a not so good, very bad day. And somebody talks to me, and honestly, there are times, or talks to me, says, "Hey, how you doing?" Whatever it is. And there are times where I actually forget about whatever's bothering me. It really is magical. And it costs, I'm just going to say something. It costs $0, 0 cents, 0% plus tax to be kind to people. It is so easy. It's literally one of the easiest things ever. I just hope that everybody gets a chance to hear that, because really it's good for you. It's good for everybody else. And it just makes your society a better place.
And to that, I just want to add, because I've been thinking about this recently. It's like, you don't need to earn kindness and earn respect from others. Like, those are things you're entitled to. Because sometimes it can be really easy to feel like maybe you're doing something wrong and that's why bad things are happening. But it's like, no, you deserve kindness. And so, like, Jordan, when you're having rough days, like, you deserve the kindness that you give to others.
Yeah, thank you. And the same goes for you.
Hey, thanks. All right. Okay. So, Jordan, I've got some rapid fire questions for you.
Ooh, okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I can actually make them rapid fire. Okay. They are actually this or that. So you're going to pick one or the other.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather be invisible for a day or able to talk to plants?
Invisible for a day.
Invisible for a day. Okay. Always wear clown shoes or a hat made of spaghetti?
A hat made of spaghetti.
I'm just curious.
I'd probably eat it, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it cooked spaghetti or is it
al
raw?
dente? What is it?
Is this rotini? Are these bow ties? What do we got?
Yeah, right. Like, what kind of sauce? Bolognese sauce? Rayo? Like, what are we talking?
Would you rather live in a giant shoe or live in a giant hat?
Ooh. Depends on which way the hat is facing.
What?
Like, if the hat is on top of you, or if if the hat is flipped upside down and you're inside the hat.
Oh, wow. Jordan, you really thought about that one.
Yeah, I think all philosophical thinking.
Oh, so speaking of philosophical, let's do some philosophical ones. Okay, would you rather change one thing from your past or see one thing from your future?
Change one thing from my past. And the reason being, because the future, it can be, nerve-wracking, but at the same time, it's a good thing, in my opinion, that we don't know what the future holds, because that gives us the room to create the future that we want to live.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So probably change something in my past.
I want to ask you a question. It's the question that I ask everybody on the podcast. Jordan, are you weird?
Absolutely 100%.
Okay. So confidently, so quickly, so easy. What makes you weird?
Just my quirks.
Okay. What are some of your quirks? And you only have to share whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
I guess just laughing.
Okay. Laughing.
I laugh. I love to laugh.
Yep.
I love to laugh at literally in my personal opinion, the most bizarre things to laugh at that people might just look at it and be like, okay, like, why is that funny?
Yep.
Kind of thing. I come up with these sayings like "gwirl" and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have to tell you, like, "gwirl," initially I was like, oh my God, Jordan, she has got to cut this out. I mean, not really, but it was just like, it became this thing. And then Amanda and I at work all the time with "gwirl."
I love it. I love to hear that. I'm a trendsetter.
Yeah, you are a trendsetter. Yeah. You are a trendsetter for sure.
Yeah, I've also done that at some other workplaces that I've worked at. I've set trends like that, just saying, silly, senseless things like "gwirl" or "girl if you don't" and stuff like that. It's so funny. Just stuff like that. I get quirky like that.
Jordan, do you have anything else that you want to share with our audience?
Like I said, a couple of things, that kindness can spread across wavelengths. It costs $0 to be kind to people. Serving others is just, in my opinion, just so important to do in life. If you see somebody in need, lend out a helping hand. And for those of you who work in the school industry, I wish you the best year, and I hope it's a great year.
Oh, wow, Jordan, that's really nice of you. Jordan, while we're also here, do you want to share, again, the name of your podcast? Do you want to share any of your social media handles that people can find you if they're interested?
Absolutely. Thank you. So my podcast is called the Overcoming Fears and Doubts podcast. It's available on Spotify for Creators, and Apple Podcasts. And you can find the link to it in my social medias, which are, I have 2 Instagrams. The first one is at jsal_motivates. That one is where I post more general motivational content. And my other Instagram account is disability_advocacy_chat. So disability advocacy chat. And with that one, that's where I post the disability and the autism advocacy content.
Wonderful.
And my Facebook is Jordan Salzano. My LinkedIn is Jordan Salzano. And my Twitter, or X, now known as X, is jsal_motivates. And on all 3 of those accounts, I post a mixture of general motivation and disability and autism advocacy. And last but not least, I just created a YouTube account a couple weeks ago. It's just Jordan Salzano, my name. And that one is also where I post a balanced mixture of general motivation and disability and autism advocacy. I take 2 huge passions of mine and I put them into one platform.
Wow, you are so professional, Jordan. You're on every platform. You were prepped and ready when I asked you for all your handles.
Thank you.
You don't mess around. Jordan's not here to mess around.
Hey, forget about it.
Well, that's a wrap on this episode of But Are You Weird? Thank you so much to Jordan for letting us get to know you and showing us your weird and wonderful and kind self. And thanks to you for tuning in and getting weird with us. I'm so glad you're here, of course. And if you enjoyed this episode, please follow, leave a comment, or share it with your favorite curious mind. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and definitely stay weird.